almost a GT4 series, here at Donington Park. I am Cyper Knight 77, and here with me is...
That's Russo, me.
And we'll be here bringing you Gavra Racing's broadcast here today, on this beautiful sunny Friday afternoon. Or maybe it's raining where you are, I'm not really sure. But let's assume it's sunny.
So it's best to assume it's sunny.
So, either way. So once again, we'll have Gavra Racing's finest take on this interesting 12-turn track. It's not a track that we know too much about per se, but it is a track. I don't know, maybe you can help me out here.
It's not a particularly difficult track. The last sector is a bit tricky with that hairpin. It's a very hard braking zone, so you want to make sure that you don't get too hard on the brakes so you lock up, and you don't want to make sure that you don't get too hard on the throttle on the exit because then you spin out.
Yes, so with the high power output of these radical cars, we should see quite a lot of sliding around from all the drivers here today, and especially considering this track is especially bumpy, I can tell you that firsthand. So, a bumpy track mixed with slick tires and a not very grooved up racetrack should make for an interesting experience all around.
Yeah, definitely.
So then, we'll go to the grid. Last week, it was... Why am I having a brain fart? Yes, Noyans, who had taken the win in a dramatic finish from this man Razy Real right here. So it'll be interesting to see who's on form today. Of course, Hondax being the leader before all of that happened. We'll see if he can also come back today.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the championship standings, there's a little bit of interesting things going on here because a lot of the more known names are at the bottom, we'll say that.
But first across the line, it's Razy Real with 134.6, and Mike just behind them going faster, and then Noyans behind them going faster than them. So we should expect to see times in the low 130s today. Maybe if we're lucky, get maybe one in the 130 flats region. But with the way that these cars handle, they can take these hairpin turns relatively well comparatively. They can get back on the traction much better than any of the other cars that have taken to this track this week. So with that in mind, we should see plenty of overtaking opportunities, especially in turns 12 and 10.
Yeah, these cars are particularly light, so any downforce that they add will be quite dramatic, and any that they take off will also be quite dramatic. So, the lighter the car, the higher, well, it's a bit exponential in the sense of how much downforce you add.
So our onboard Honda series, he goes through turn 2, which is another cause for concern this race. Might be some of the track limits and some of the runoff areas here. You can take a couple of liberties, but you can't go too far off, and you especially can't go over the blue line with all 4 tires on these cars. That will most definitely result in a penalty for the drivers.
Also, you can actually see most of the runoff is gravel, and that will cost you a lot of time if you go off. But we're coming up here to the chicane now, so you can see the runoff is actually tarmac. And that will be interesting to watch because that's definitely a good overtaking opportunity there, but if you do muck it up, then you will have to cut the corner, and that will be a penalty.
It's a very flat track in Sector 1 and Sector 2, or not Sector 2, Sector 3. Sector 2 is where most of the bumps on this track that'll upset the car and cause the back to get a little loose there, but as Hondax comes across the line right now, we'll see if he can put a respectable time on the board, and he does go with the 132.4, and right there, that's what the drivers have to be careful about, going across the blue line on pit exit.
Yeah, that's it's a bit irritating because you sort of want it on the left side there, you get there, and you've got the best possible line, but yeah, that is off track. I saw correctly there. But anyways, Cass is still actually the fastest with the 1:31.6, so you could actually maybe be the first to break the 1:30s.
Agreed. Obviously, well, actually, Noyens is on medium levels of fuel, so he could go even faster during qualifying. So, it'll be interesting to see there.
But, yeah.
Did you forget that this was practice?
Yeah. But I saw a couple of people running with low fuel, so I was like, this must be qualifying. But, yeah, Cass is running on 29 meters. You won't be putting in your fastest lap times of that. Definitely take a little bit out.
Alright, well. Once again, sorry. What I meant to say was welcome to all who are joining us here at Donington Park. We hope that you enjoy the race, as we will here in the booth also enjoy the race. If you have any comments or questions, we'll be happy to answer them, as well as give you any feedback. Or if you're just looking to root for one of your favorite drivers, that is also okay.
Well, we do see actually Hondax the first to break the 130s with a 130.17. But he is on a bit of a quali run now, because his fuel is very low. Get the right side there.
Right. So, if he's already doing 130s, he could go even faster, get into the 129s, which would be incredibly impressive for this track.
Yeah, that will definitely be very impressive, especially with these cars. The bumps will upset these cars a lot more than a heavier car.
Alright then, so Cadwell, Sender, Billy, excuse me, welcome to the chat. And Cadwell asks, what is our favorite circuit on the calendar? So, do you want to answer first?
Let me just quickly check actually which circuits are on the calendar before I say something that's not on here. Sakito, definitely. Probably more known as Suzuka. To me, it's such a pleasant circuit to drive. Every corner just leads into the next one, so it's just so smooth. You that?
Oh well, just before I say, Hondax actually does go into the 129s, but it's in 129.7. We'll see if he can keep that up for qualifying, though. For me personally, I can't say I have a favorite. A lot of tracks are pretty good, actually. Except maybe this one, but I'll look over that part there. Also, good luck to Sender there in the chat. We wish you the best of luck in your race. Welcome Flip and all others here who are joining us, as practice is complete now, and we'll move on to qualifying.
Yeah, but we can actually see, even with such a high amount of fuel, Cass is actually still right behind Hondax. He is about 2 seconds off, but you know, with like 5 times the fuel, he is actually pretty good there in terms of time. Toby puts in 4th fastest time, and the last one to cross the line is Jukebox Hero, who he can put in.
So yes, a lot of drivers will be looking to rebound after Brands Hatch. Looking to truly get their season started on a roll. They'll be looking to be a particularly close race, maybe in the upper midfield. But as practice is over now, it is Hondax Jukebox Hero who goes impressive 2nd, and Kaz Noyens 3rd.
But Rage does put a bit of a disappointing time in 10th there. But that might have been fuel and traffic and things, so we'll see in qualifying what his pace is then.
So, Qualifying on the horizon, who do you think stands the best chance of getting pole?
Definitely either Hondax or Cass, because they have definitely been putting in solid times. But if I were to base it on last race, then Razy does have a pretty good chance at maybe actually getting quite a bit in front of the field there.
Indeed, indeed. Mike also stands a really good chance to maybe pip his way to the top. And like I said, if Razy does manage to put in a representative time, he can also get his way into the top 3, possibly. Definitely looking at Marcos and Kevsinal as some underdogs here as well. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, not really putting any time in, so I'm a bit curious as to why that is, but... License points? I don't think they have license points this early in.
I'm not really thinking about it. I mean, so qualifying is now underway, and it is Manic first out of the pits, so drivers have to look for a space out on the track. Oh yeah, he's just started.
Speeding and pitting, must have forgotten to pit anything.
Well, that's not how you want to start qualifying with the grid penalty, but alas, you live and you learn.
Yeah. That'll definitely be a little bit disappointing for him, but see if he can at least get a good position in terms of qualifying. Obviously, like, grid place will hinder him a little bit in the race, but it's just one, so it's not the worst.
So kind of a small group of cars here. I wonder if they'll start to spread out with Manic leading the way. I wonder if it's God, having a brain fart on the names.
Let's try and see who there is. No, Cass. No. I think Race is in that front seat there. Yeah, Race.
Okay, there. That's what I was thinking of. Well, at least now you know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
So, with Razy behind Manic there, it'll be interesting. Maybe he can get a little bit of a tow off of his car.
They definitely won't want to be too close because of dirty air, but a bit of a tow down the main street will help, especially with the top speed.
Alright, and qualifying will start now. Maybe if we can go on board Razy. It's a very short run into turn 1 and gotta be careful with all 4 of those wheels. So Radicals really don't have to go any farther down than 3rd gear around this whole track. And then you got this downhill section, partially blind actually, although you can pretty much predict where you're going to go. Then you sort of have the late turn braking here. So you're Razy going down 2 gears actually. But he manages to stick it through the corner pretty nicely, and then up the hill to another sort of blind corner, the blind right. Once again, decides to only go down 2. It might just be enough there as he dances the car on the curb there. And then one more blind right here to keep it from going onto the grass, and he does do it really nicely. Really difficult left-right chicane. Very easy to get this section wrong with the brake somewhere near the 3rd marker board. And he does it really nicely. Although I think Manic just has him beat a little bit. Coming around the first hairpin. He's actually quite early on the throttle. He's actually able to keep up a lot of momentum there. And then to the final sort of slightly off camber hairpin. Kind of has shades of Malaysia, if you remember that track. I say remember, but it's only been like 2 years since it was taken off the calendar. But alas, Manic still holds pole, but it is Hondax who goes faster with the 132.1. One of the other drivers coming across the field right now, Noyens going second with the 132.1.
Razy and Kev's actually put in exactly the same time somehow.
But That's interesting because Razy said his time first, but they gave it to Kev Sinel.
I think it is who puts that time in last.
Is it?
Might be, I'm not sure.
I could have sworn it's whoever puts in their time first. At least that's what F1 does, I think.
Yeah, I don't know how they program this game, but so far it's looking like whoever puts in the time most recently gets the position.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jukebox coming in only 8th with the 135.5, so he can definitely go faster. Joe with 142.0, Peter Bibb 148, so they'll be looking to get faster. Ruben Todero also looking to go a little bit faster. Kev Sinel currently sitting in 5th. Might be able to, well actually the whole top 6 really is within 1 second of each other, so I'd say it's probably in between them for pole. Hondax can definitely go faster.
That time, look at the gap between Hondax and Cass, that is insane. Hondax is also going pretty quick, so that's really good.
And it's Razy who pips both of them, but Hondax comes back. He goes 130 flat. Ooh, that's quite a bit of a blue line there. I wonder if the stewards will allow that, but yeah, Kaz had just briefly caught up to Hondax, but then he went even faster. Manic goes up to 5th, but then gets pipped by Marcos, who then goes up into 5th.
Ray's actually doing quite a fair bit better than he did in practice. He's been running with high fuel there. Not really comparable.
Mike moving up to 8th, 133 flat. He's not exactly helping his cause here, considering he's giving somebody else a tow. This might come back to hurt his lap. He decides to get out of the way, though, although I think the damage is done.
Oh, definitely. But you can see he backed up on that lap when he let it pass, because if he really wanted to keep this lap, he would have taken that chicane himself. But he's actually still running relatively high fuel. Hondax is running 5 liters and Razy is now burned down to 9.
Right, Razy definitely looking for a lot more of a longer run to sort of get the tires heated up. I can't speak for these radicals with how cold their tires actually start, but I imagine pretty cold. And Hondax goes even faster with the 129.9. So
whoever was in front of Razy just went completely over the blue lines. Might be a invalidated lap.
Manic goes 2nd with the 137, then Kev Sinel up to 3rd with 131.4. So Noyens falls down to 4th, and Razy down to 5th place. And Marcos goes up to 3rd now with the 138.
So we actually have 3 people all under the 131s. So pretty good.
Toby up to 8th with the 132, Jukebox up to 11th. So a lot of time is being set in here. Only 3 minutes left.
But these guys should continue to get faster and faster and faster as their tires keep warming up.
And hello to Duke Martin in the chat. The Radicals may look fun to drive, but everything is always in black and white when pictured on a screen, isn't it? These guys are absolutely having a very difficult time driving these things. It is not easy.
These things are just so easy to spin out. You just get on the throttle that half a second too quickly, and yeah, then you're out.
A lot of drivers coming across the line right now. We'll see if anyone goes faster. And Hondax is one of those people going faster, 129.6. So. And Noyens goes 2nd now, 137. So, but I wonder, I'll have to check back to see if they'll allow these laps, considering there was a little bit of exploitation of the blue pit line. So,
definitely, yeah.
We'll have to
just have a fraction too far.
We'll see. There might be some penalties deducted after the race, but for now, just have to wait. Crazy only 6th right now, although he could definitely make his way up from 6th place. Peter Viv, Adam, Jukebox, looks like they're finished with their laps. Hondax and Kevsinel as well. See, Marcos has gone a little bit faster though. He could potentially get in the 129s if he can nail a decent lap. I don't know if he can go a full second faster though. That might be too much.
But I'm definitely sort of hoping to see if Racing can speed up his fuel has gone down quite a bit now, so should actually, they can see he's actually gained 4/10 there.
It improves to 5th. With that, Mike's still in 8th. Mike could pip, he could pip Toby here at the end.
See what he does.
And it doesn't look like Marcos is able to beat Honda's time.
As he does!
Huh?
Mike just got in front of Toby.
Oh.
By 2.
Well, here I am completely looking at the wrong person then.
Manic seems to be on his fast lap still.
I think this might be a throwaway lap. I don't know if he started in time, but he's going pretty fast, so...
Definitely looks like he's still trying, so... Let's see what he can pull out here. You can see that short shift there to hold traction. That was actually pretty good.
I was gonna say, it didn't look like he got there as well as, say, Razy got through there, but that might just be down to throttle. So,
yeah.
Manic across the line right now.
Didn't better, I think.
Stays 4th. Alright then, so it is as it states, Hondax, Marcos, and Kaz Noyens, your top 3, followed by Manic, Razy, Kevsinel, Mike, Toby, Rubetodero, Peter Bib will round out your top 10 in qualifying. So then, it's looking kind of interesting. Hondax definitely showing the pace that he showed last week, but can he actually hold it through for the entire race this time is the question.
That'll definitely be, yeah, being quick in qualifying is nothing if you can't be consistent in the race.
Alright.
So.
Once more, we thank you for joining us here, whether it's raining, sunshine, or even snowing. We hope that you enjoy the race, and we'll be here to answer any of your questions, or if you just want to give compliments to any of the drivers we have here. If you want to give compliments to us as well, that is also appreciated. But down the grid, we have Hondax, who starts in first, but can he finish first? That is the question. Marco starting in second. A little bit of an unfortunate race for him last time, but he did manage to bring it back. Noyens here, last week's winner. Can he go back-to-back today? That is the question. Manic, also looking for another consistent day. Razy looking to get back near the podium, maybe redeem himself from last week. Kevsinel looking to finish off the deal today as well. Mike, I lost my train of thought again. Let's hope he does well today. Toby, Rubetodero, Pitabib, also looking to do consistent work as always. Adam, Jukebox Zero, and Joe Black round out your top 13. Alright then.
Let's go back to the front here, as it'll be a bit of a sprint to the front, or the sprint to the first corner. Should have said that the first time, but
let's get the speedometer and all that other great stuff on the screen.
It'll definitely be a bit interesting to see who comes out first there, because it is a rather fast corner. From the start, it actually might almost be full gas.
How many laps? What an interesting question. I don't know, but someone can probably do the math if it takes around a minute 32 to get around this track in about an hour.
I figured out the formula again, I believe.
I mean,
So I
there's
can
a
do it
formula.
Well, it's not really a formula so much as something I just worked out that works roughly.
I'm just gonna say 36. If you have answers in the chat, go ahead and say it. Whoever gets the answer right, I'll give you a shout out at the end of the race. But you can't change your number. Anyways, we go to 4 red lights. And they're up, and Honda's got an impressive start, although I wonder, did he jumpstart that? It looks like
Doesn't have a penalty, so no.
he got off the grid faster than anyone else, but Kaz Noyens, and that's Marcos there. Just a little bit of contact there. That's Manic who goes off. Jukebox Hero also, excuse me, not Jukebox, Toby who goes off there along with Petabib as they rush down into Sector 2. It's Hondax with an impressive lead. That's Manic defending from Mike behind him. Razy losing quite a few spots off the back of the grid. He's fallen down to 7, and it is relatively calm here going up the hill, although Marcos looking for a move around Kaz Noyens. Kaz fighting for 3rd. I'll have to be careful for contact uphill. And indeed, they're still side by side, Marcos and Noyens. Marcos leaves into space a little bit, and behind them, that's Kevsinel and Manic fighting there. And Marcos does manage to hold on to 2nd just a little bit from Noyens. So start to form a little bit of a line behind them. Just for them, Noyens looking for a move on Marcos. Kevsinel just
through it, but just doesn't do it. But I'm actually looking at fuel, and Hondax actually has a fair bit more of Kevs, who is actually beaten by Mark.
Just there, that's
who has got the most of what we've seen so far.
Just there, that's Razy going up the inside. He's now made his way up to 5th. He's past Manic and Mike, actually defending from Manic behind him as he gets a touch from Manic. And that's Mike now up into 5th place as Hondax is indeed in the pit, so maybe he did get that jump start.
Quite interesting.
Yeah, the start did look kind of funny, so Hondax does have a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Looks like he's not going to pull a Valtteri.
Quite a bit.
He's not going to pull a Valtteri Bottas today. So it is now Marcos in the lead, followed by Noyens and Kevsinel. Noyens taking for a little bit of grass work there. And Manic just in front of him defending from Razy Rio, who's trying to make it back, although he's in a fight with Mike. Mike looking to hold on to 5th from Razy for 5th and 6th. So see just right there, that's Mike going up the inside. Joe up to 8th, he's past Jukebox Hero. As I say that, that's Toby around again in the background. That might be Adam also there off. So,
that might have actually been in contact with his teammate there. They've been racing each other this entire race so far.
Well, we have 2 separate groups, Marcos, Noyens, Kevsinel, the first group, and the second group being led by Manic, which goes all the way down to Joe, that's Petabib there in the background, I believe, who's gone off there. And actually, through all this, Ruben Todaro has gone up to 7, so good job on him.
He's a little bit under attack from Joe, but he's really close enough to actually be able to do anything.
Hondax is back up to 9th though, even with this penalty. And it is Adam in the pits. We believe that's also for some damage. Jukebox Hero might also be joining him for some contact that happened in Sector 2.
But I do think Hondax was pretty lucky to get the jump start on this lap and not something on Silverstone. This has actually got a very short pit lane. So you lose very little time compared to Silverstone, which has a very long
but so it's excuse me, it's Razy, excuse me, Razy fighting Mike there for 5th once more, as that's Mike, or excuse me, Razy looking to make a move on Mike. Oh god, Mike and Manic are next to each other again.
Seems to have come out fine.
I'm curious if someone can actually count how many times we mix up their names. That's a real issue.
Wait, race is only on 10 liters.
Oh yeah, that's
Did
interesting.
he maybe forget to change fuel?
Probably. Either that or he's making some big brain decisions to pit early. I don't know, I mean, traffic is pretty bad around here. Might not be a bad idea, so it's a jukebox hero coming out of the pits just there in front of Ruben Tadero.
I mean, if he can actually pull it off that he's going all the way to the end then. I mean, actually, I'm going to work this out now on based off of Razy's fuel usage. Then when it comes to the line again, I'll check what his fuel's at.
I mean, we're running slower lap times than we did at Brands Hatch, so it probably is somewhere in the vicinity of 30 laps. That's not too long of a time. We're already on lap 5, and it's been 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Oh, Mike's no penalty.
Ah, yes, a 1 second penalty. Probably for track extension. Yes, Hondax is making his way up the field. He's now coming just up to the back of Ruben Tadero. So,
It's definitely me looking to just gets a really good run there. If he can make anything into the hairpin. See, it goes side by side. Yeah, this was a pretty easy move for Hondax.
I imagine Hondax. Sorry, go ahead.
He actually did muck up the run into last corner, but
Oh well, as you say that.
he closes the door on Rubito a little bit.
I was gonna say I anticipate Hondax didn't imagine doing a last to first challenge here, but that's what's happened. Meanwhile, up front, Marcos has a penalty himself, so another 1 second.
Well.
So that does mean Noyens is technically your official leader once again here, since Kevsinel is teammate just behind him. So Marcos needs to get a little bit of a move on here if he wants to get away from Noyens there. As meanwhile, that's Mike and Razy going at it again for 5th and 6th. Razy's being really aggressive here, actually, although he has to pit pretty soon. Yeah, I don't think that was a bad strategy call from Razy. Something's telling me he meant to do that. That's very unlike Razy to make a... It's unlike for him to make that sort of mistake.
Yeah. But it would actually be pretty clever because then he will be slower in the beginning, but he won't have to pit at the end. So it is pretty much a numbers game for him at this point. Than if he is going to pit early and then go to the end.
Meanwhile, though, with Hondax in 7th, it's just one step closer to coming back to the front. As Mike goes off just a little bit there. Gets a little bit
He also
loose.
locked up into that last corner there, so not really a great exit for him.
Yeah, last turn, very, very difficult, very off-camber-like. Razy looking for
Razy
it.
might be looking for the move into first sector.
He thought about it, but
Getting very close here.
Mike's not making it easy for him. Very defensive there. Plus, this generally
He's just
isn't...
holding the racing line there.
Yeah, this isn't really a general place to overtake.
So you really want to just set yourself up here for a good overtaking position like the Mike game.
So to update on everything else, it is Marcos currently your leader here from Noyens, just under a second behind him, then followed by Kevsinel, and then you have this group of Manic as Razy starts to make the move on Mike and Induddy. It does, he gets it.
Corner.
Yeah, I wonder if yeah, he does give it back.
That was a bit of an illegal overtake there in the new case. Into it off track.
You know, right there in the background, that's actually Hondax right there, so he's already caught back up to Razy.
Yeah, I mean, he is definitely charging through the field right now. I'm going to go back to race to see what his fuel usage is.
Just 5.
5.7. So it's 1.4 liters a lap. That's
not enough.
Yeah, I definitely won't take him to the end, but
we'll see how he races around Honda series, catching up. But as I was saying, further down the field, behind Hondax is Ruben Todero, then Joe Black in 9th, Toby in 10th, Petey Vip in 11th, and then Adam and Jukebox, who had to hit early, as that's Mike who's gone off. I just saw he's off in the gravel trap over there. He's back on the track now.
that'll definitely lost him that position and that fight. A bit sad. We were looking forward to that. But it'll take about 39, 40 laps, by the way, to just do that.
But now that promotes Honda up into 6th place, just behind Razy, and meanwhile Noyens is the closest he's ever been to Marcos, just under 2/10 actually.
See if he can get something set up for 30 seconds.
Noyens doesn't really have to pass him considering Marcos' penalty. The drivers can't see that, so Noyens probably won't be taking too many risks.
Yeah. But it's just something nice overtaking somebody on the track. You take them on track, then you do show that you are the superior driver.
They do have to be concerned about Hondax, who was actually just overtaken Razy there, so who was right there? That's
yeah, I think he's actually gone off. Yeah, he's gone off.
Oh, he's done more than off. Something's wrong with Razy's car in general. He's way off. He's completely off the pace there. I wonder what's happened to him.
That is actually not a very good sign. You see Caston not really looking to get him.
Oh, Razy's going really slow through the second corner. There's something wrong with... There's something, like, generally wrong. Because he has fuel. You see that? The car's bouncing.
Yeah. Is that maybe suspension damage or something?
Yeah, and you can hear there's something wrong with it, too.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate there for Razy. I wonder if the track gremlins have got him too. Ooh, it's right there. That's Ruben Todero colliding with Razy. Just there.
Was it?
Yeah, that was Razy.
Was. That was actually very reminiscent of the... What crash was that? It was a GT one crash, I want to say.
Let's go on board. We'll see. Because they're both over there in the gravel trap. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they might have engine damage, but they're rear engine, so I can't understand if they're engine damage.
Yeah, very strange series of events. Ruben Todero was just coming around the track, but Razy has been going noticeably slow, so we'll have to see. Yeah, Razy's out. So whatever has happened with Razy, either in or outside of the game, it's caused a terminal issue here, and Razy is out of the race very early here. Unfortunate for him. But as the race continues on, Ruben Todero will have to pit for his damage, and that promotes Joe Black into... Sorry, what was that?
I'm surprised that they didn't go offline there, because he was definitely going incredibly slow, and you don't want to have somebody sort of misjudging your speed and just ramming into you like what happened there. That he kept on the racing line is definitely mind-boggling to me. Oh, and Ruben has got a speeding penalty.
Yes, so I was going to say Joe Black now promoted into 7th place, although Mike is now much farther up the field there. Manic and Kevsinel. Kevsinel actually got past Manic there, if I'm correct. Or no, excuse me.
Yes.
I'm completely wrong. I've lost my train of thought. It's Manic who's chasing down Kevsinel.
Yeah.
But Hondax is now in 5th.
And he is actually keeping the pace of Mark, so he's been at 12 seconds for pretty much the entire race since his
Joe is in for an early pit stop around the 15-minute mark.
Oh, it's fuel.
So yeah, it wasn't a coincidence that people were underfueling their car. So Joe's got the plan. He's just got to execute it. Meanwhile, Hondax is only 12 seconds behind, so he can definitely pull this back. He's got plenty of time, actually. So
this could actually be a fantastic race for him if he does as well.
He's got a couple of drivers to get through first before he can get to Marcos and Noyens. But the field has split up much after that early incident. Hondax setting in the fastest times out of anyone. He's taking quite a few liberties though.
I think he's just really pushing that to go that way.
I mean, obviously, yeah, you want to push, but you don't want to extend the boundaries of how your racecraft is. Case in point.
Yeah.
I guess that's just commentator's curse.
That you can't write this stuff. That was more perfect than anything could have been. Oh, it's Rubito.
Yeah, unfortunate Rubito. Disconnect there. It looked like he could have maybe got back to this race, but actually Joe is spending a lot of time in the pits, so he's probably got some damage to repair there. He's only just now coming out, so very lengthy pit stop from Joe Black. This might set him back behind Jukebox and Adam.
He's actually been lapped by Jukebox and Adam. Not very good for him.
Which I guess now would be a pretty good time to talk about it. Since Marcos is the one leading, he's obviously going to be the pace setter. Hondax is setting in 1 minute 30s. So we're getting around average of 1 more second per lap. So I'm going to, well, I can't change my answer now, but I'm just going to say this is going to slow the pace of the race down until Hondax gets up here, but if he's going to keep making mistakes, then he's not going to get up here.
If he goes, the average lap time still doesn't really drop by all too much, though, so...
True. From a statistical point of view.
And I actually worked it off of, they were doing a 135 every lap, so it would actually be slightly slower than what I worked out.
Meanwhile, Hondax is actually, even though he made a mistake there, he's catching up to Manning just in front of him. So this will be him coming back to 4th.
He could actually end up quite high on the podium in second. So I'm estimating.
Well, he definitely has the pace to go for pole. Just depend on if he can get around the drivers quick enough. He's got 40 minutes to do it, so there's no rush really.
Yeah.
And that's not counting pit stops because he has more fuel than everyone else ahead of him.
Hondax isn't going to make it to the end on this field thing I've just worked out, so we might have to pit again.
Yeah, he didn't take fuel or anything. He just went through a drive-thru. But he
I forgot, yeah.
But he still has more than a lot of other guys.
That is true.
I know Noyens has significantly less fuel. Or Marcos, well actually they're just about ready to... Yeah, they're just about ready to set the battle there. Hondax and Honda. Noyens and Marcos. So side by side, just briefly there.
Noyens actually does get a better run on just sticks on the outside for now, hoping to get more of a switchback.
Marco's pretty good defensive work there into the first hairpin. Let's see if Noyens can respond in the second one.
I have noticed actually Noyens is pretty slow for that second half. For the first one he's pretty good, he maintains the gap, and then for the second one he does lose 2 or 3 tenths.
Got a little bit of lap traffic behind them, so we'll see. Marco's a little bit wide there. That might open the door a tiny bit for Noyens. He's definitely stalking the back of his bumper, and any closer. Oh, right. It's definitely stalking the back bumper of him just a little bit. So, excuse us while our race director goes off.
I'm back.
And here I was just about to set up a joke. Never mind, I can't tell it. You're back.
Sad boy hours.
Either way, you didn't miss anything.
Is that, yeah, that's a jukebox driver. No, that's
Toby.
It's Toby. Yeah. You can see behind him the race leaders. He might actually be helping Mark a little bit here, especially down these 3 straights here. Just giving absolutely that little bit of a tow.
Mondex was able to pass Manic there, so he's in 4th. Only 10 seconds lie between him and the lead. So now Mondex is to get past Kevsinal, who's coming up to very shortly actually. He's the last car in his wake before he gets into clean air. Kevsinal and Manic doing really good jobs for themselves. They've had a pretty solid race, though. It's just
not really too many mistakes from either of them, as Hondex actually does go over the blue area there. You might have to give a little bit of time.
Yeah, I was going to say Hondex is definitely fast enough to catch up to them. He can just barely up the road there, just by the clips. So, but if he still has to make a pit stop, then he could maybe get possibly an undercut on Marcos, who looks like he's going farther than anyone else.
Oh, as actually we say that, Pascat's very close, and he could actually make a bit of a move into the chicane here, see what he decides to do. Very close. Just thinks better of it. Actually set himself up for the hairpin.
Marcos will look to block to the inside once again, maybe. Yeah, he definitely holds the inside line compared to Noyens, who's trying to pull back in.
I'm actually surprised Noyens hasn't just thrown it up the inside, because he's been definitely close enough to do that. He was 2 tenths back there. You know, if you want to get that close and not try it, then how close do you want to get?
Hondax might try it, because he's close. He's actually right there on Kevsinal's bumper.
It actually does take a lot of a better line there. Will help him maintain speed into the first sector now. Not really great for overtaking this first sector, but definitely good for setting up a position into the second and third sector at the end.
Kevsinal is just there on the curve as he actually gets caught on it there, so that allows Hondex to go up the inside, and he is back on the podium. So now the red flag has been raised because Marcos and Noyens have to start getting a move on here.
Yeah.
Although they're
saying that Noyens does have to pit in about 6 laps or so.
Times are pretty good, it's just that Hondex is just running better times. Plus Noyens is still fighting Marcos a bit.
You can actually see by the times of last lap, Hondex was 2 tenths faster than Mark, so he's actually catching up to the leader instead of just a cat.
Wonder if Noyens will go in for a little bit of a move. As I say that, he goes just wide there, a little too much throttle there. I was going to say, I wonder when Noyens will pit, because it's definitely also a plan to take much less fuel, but how long does he want to run behind Marcos?
Because yeah, the entire time he's running behind Marcos, he is actually slowing his own race down. He will obviously be thinking of the gap behind him in pits. Because if he pits, it doesn't come out in traffic, that kind of thing.
Indeed. Does Marcos also decide to maybe preemptively pit in response to Noyens, because he is the leader, so all he has to do is take less fuel than these guys.
Yeah, because he has got more fuel now, and the fact that he's actually been able to hold off Noyens with more fuel is actually pretty good for him. It's a pretty good sign for him when Noyens has to run high fuel as well.
Marco's very defensive in the turn one. Into the hairpin turn for some reason there. I wonder if he just maybe lost a little bit of a braking, but Noyens definitely closed in as Marcos locks up in the final turn.
He's done that a couple times now, so he might actually start running the risk of the flat spot, which will raise his tire temperature and the tire wear quite a bit.
Yeah, Marcos was a lot slower that lap. I wonder if it was just off consistency there. That tends to happen sometimes, but just being 1 second off means that Hondax closes in by that 1 second, so he's really got everything thrown at him. We still have half an hour left to go.
But Mark is under quite a bit of pressure here because he is probably definitely aware that Hondax is catching up.
Oh, his Noyens just gets it all wrong there. He spun off the corner and in the wall a little bit.
Hondax is going to pass him now.
He's got to be careful that car.
On the side there, very briefly.
He's got to be careful that car didn't get stuck on the indent there, but he's got it out.
That'll actually be pretty terrible for Noyens. I was actually looking for a pretty solid race there.
Meanwhile, Mike is in the pits for his scheduled stop, but this doesn't, I mean, Noyens can still definitely catch up. He's just about on par with Marcos. But now this just leaves the door open for Hondax to come in and maybe show up what he can do.
Yeah, because that's one less person he has to overtake now, so if he's doing good fuel, Noyens has to start thinking about his strategy when he wants to pit.
He's also now got to pass Kev's and all his teammates, so it looks like he will come in.
He might as well do it now, because if he's going for tyres as well. No, he's not going for tyres. Anyways.
Yes, that's right. That's always an option to either just go for fuel or tires only. Although it worked out better for some people last time around. It worked out better for Marcos at Brands Hatch. So, oh, as just behind them, that's Kevsinel? Yeah, that was Kevsinel who got it wrong there. A minor spin. But that means that Manic has gotten past him now, yes.
That does also take a lot of pressure off of Hondax now. He doesn't have a car following.
Yes. Both team cars having minor incidents there just before the pit stop phase, so will have to make their way back up, but that means that Noyens will in fact overtake Noyens once Kevsinel pits. He's taken around 40 or so liters, so he can definitely make it to the end. And now the times have sort of subsided a little bit between Marcos and Hondax. He's gaining just a tiny bit, but not anything substantial. As Manic comes in for his pits, and just behind him is Kevsinel in the pits as well. will definitely get the jump on both of them.
So yeah, Kev gets released. Oh, damage probably. Manic does stay ahead, and Nines overtakes both of them, as you said.
So Manic does stay in 4th place over Kebsonel there. So now it all comes down to whether Hondax can bring back this 8-second gap on Marcos around half an hour.
But he and Mark start to pit, so Noyens could still be in the fight for now.
So almost everything has calmed down for a little bit. To say welcome to everyone who's joined and commented in the chat, and give us your opinions and details, and you know what you mostly hope from this. Do you think Hondax has the pace to catch Marcos, or do you think Marcos can hold him off for the next half hour? It's up to you to decide in the chat, so tell us what you think. I definitely can't say much from my experiences around here. If you ask us, collectively we are both not fans of this track. And that's nothing against the track.
No.
I mean, some of it is against the track, but a lot of it is just due to personal experience. I don't know, why don't you tell me why you don't like it?
Yeah, I don't like it because yeah, the career mode, if you want to have fun times on this track, you can't really use the fun cars on this track. You have to use like the Formula rookies, that kind of cars. Those aren't really my favorites, so...
Well, I mean...
But,
sorry, go ahead.
I think this can be a fun track if you have a little bit heavier cars, like the some of the Jags, that kind of thing.
Well...
But with these light cars, this isn't really that fun.
Yeah, you're definitely sliding around as Kevsonel is actually just caught up a little bit up to Manic, so slightly faster than them. Of course, both of them came out of the pits at relatively the same time, as Hondax is in the pits. Which is interesting. Hondax, Noyens is only there at the 2nd hairpin, although it looks like that's all the fuel he's going to be taking. Hondax is already out in the way.
Yeah, he's definitely going to keep that position. This might actually be a battle for 2nd. They're going to arrive at 1st corner at the same time.
Yeah, Hondax just gets out right there. Noyens just a little bit behind them, but Hondax does manage to stay in, so... Now the question is, when does Marcos pit? Actually, well, Marcos still has quite a lot of fuel, so he could wait quite a long time. He doesn't have to pit, since no one took tires. That much is true.
I mean, to me, it does seem a little bit more logical to pit now, because then you know that you've got the gap, and you also you'll be fueling less fuel and all that kind of thing. So.
Well, we saw this from Marcos at Brands Hatch. He waited a really long time to pit, and it actually worked out for him. So if he can make it work, then more power to him.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just more comfortable on these at this level of fuel. I mean, he's got much less fuel than everyone else now, which definitely plays a factor when you're running such light cars. Fuel does matter, so it's pretty interesting that he managed to hold off Noyens despite having a heavier car.
Yeah, but now, as you say, with the lighter car, he will be able to push out lap times now. As Kev's not actually did get in front of Manic somewhere. So you switch back and forth.
Yeah, you're right there. Just missed that. Hondex was a lot slower that lap, actually, so he made a mistake somewhere.
Okay. Wasn't that his, outlap?
Oh, I've already lost track.
Yeah. So we just passed the 35-minute mark.
Sorry, it doesn't feel like the lap times are that slow around here, but the track is quite deceiving in that aspect. Because the cars look like they're definitely going pretty fast around here, like the GTEs yesterday, but it's not really going that fast. It's like Singapore. It doesn't feel that long, but it is.
Yeah, it's definitely. It feels like it's sort of a lot quicker than it is. Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
Back on to what I was talking about. So why don't I like this track? Well, it might be because this track might have caused internal damage to my wheel. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. I was going through some bumps, and then the whole thing just started shaking. So that's my story.
Yeah. That might be the force feedback part. Might be a little bit shaken up.
But alas, even if we don't like this track, it's obviously a subjective thing. You may like this track, but it's completely fine and everything. But I will say the track hasn't. It's definitely been able to be a lot more comfortable for the drivers, unlike Brands Hatch we saw a lot of mistakes. But Marcos is in the pit now, so Hondex just coming through the second hairpin now. So we'll see how much fuel Marcos decides to take. He's going for 29
meters, that's damage for the rest. Actually, Hondex might get in front of him.
Marcos is spending a long time in the pit, so I wonder if he's taking tires as well. Dude, Marcos just coming out now.
He's only out now, which means Noying is going to get in front of him as well.
Yeah, so Marcos taking tires on that stop. We'll see. Well, he did this at Brands Hatch too, but I wonder if this time it will actually come back to hunt him, or to hurt him.
Hold him.
One of those words. Because now he finds himself just in front of Kev Sinel and Manic, and Hondex is now in the lead of this race. And so, has Marcos made a mistake there by taking tires?
Noying's also looking pretty quick. Definitely catching up to him.
Especially considering Marcos has that 1 second penalty, so he's already at a deficit. Needs to make up 11 seconds. Just about. Definitely a strange call, but we'll have to see. But this has brought him into a battle for 5th there in the background. As you can see, all three of them lose. Kev Sinel just gets it a little bit wrong there off of the chicane. So Manic will challenge around the outside going into the first hairpin. Just looking for a bit of a switchback, and he does a little bit of contact there.
Does seem like both cars are okay though.
Manic again.
It does give Mark 2. Oh no, he was there already.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Manic once again looking for a switchback. He has the better run off the final corner. Is he looking for a move? Probably not. Really thought about it. So, with that one mistake, Kev Sinel now looking incredibly vulnerable to Manic, who has been able to keep the car relatively clean the whole race. Max's time has sort of started to slow up a little bit. So it's not running as fast as it was before. Of course, that might
It's still going faster than Noyens.
I know that might be to do the higher flow and stuff, but Marco's definitely, well, he's slowly catching. It's very slow. It's definitely just a couple of tenths. But I say this because he could catch Noyent. If he does that, he has to pass Noyent. Say that everyone is not going to do some lap traffic clearance at the pits for his stop. So a little bit of lap traffic will be coming out of the pits usually.
So there will be about 12 laps remaining.
Across the grass there. I wonder if he sort of lost his way a little bit just being behind Kev Snell. But just ahead of him, that's actually Marcos coming up on both lap cars. He's got to get past them or to get to Noyent, excuse me. That's actually
You'll help him now because
that's Jukebox and Joe who are
this might help him a little bit now because he does have the slipstream advantage that entire straight there, which did help him gain about half a second there. Does lock up a little bit for stepping into that corner.
That was really close for Marcos there, luckily. Lost up quite a bit in the last turn. I'd say he was lucky that he didn't get involved there. I thought that out of the way really nicely. But Noyens is right there, just at the edge of the shot. The problem is actually passing. I haven't really seen many people able to pass people except Brazy on a couple of occasions, so I still believe this wasn't the right strategy.
No, I don't know if it was tires or damage because he was actually put down and on the ground, and he did stop there for quite a while. He might have had some damage from something.
It's even still should have just been a gas and go, and should have been gone.
Yeah, that was a very long pit stop. Yeah. Because right there you can actually see Mark. 2-second gap now between them.
Okay, let's catch some hell. Has to go through all the lap cars
there. This has actually been a fantastic race for Honda because from that jump start to first.
knows something that we don't. Now Marcos is picking up the pace and puts in a 1:37, which is one of the fastest times of the. I say that, but then I look at Hondax's time, so never mind.
Yeah.
This is one of the fastest times for Marcos.
Yeah. I do believe we did see a 1:29 from someone.
Saying he's closing in on millions now, so he's got 15 minutes to negotiate Noyent and then somehow find a way to catch up to Hondax, assuming he doesn't make a mistake. Chanel has now put a gap of Manic at his fair share of issues getting around lap traffic. started as a drive-through penalty and thinking that there's no way he's going to be able to catch up to everyone else. Somehow he's leading this race by 8 seconds. That car doesn't have a Mercedes engine in it. I don't know what does.
Mercedes everything. But it's definitely, his pace is definitely very surprising because for the whole race until that pit stop pace, he was actually running pretty low fuel, and then to suddenly have a lot of fuel, it's definitely quite a bit of adjusting on the fly. As the gap between Mark and Noyens just about touches a second now.
I still think it is maybe tires that Marco took. I mean, he's much quicker than Noyens, at least to some degree. He was able to catch up to him by around 3 to 4 seconds, so.
Yeah.
The question is, can he overtake him? Marco's did a pretty good job holding off Noyens in the beginning, but now the roles are reversed.
Also, we do have to remember, Mark does have that penalty, so even if he does get in front, he has to actually clear a second gap. Noyens might be saving a little bit now, tires and fuel.
Going slightly.
So you can really push him.
Marco's
yeah, Mark's pace right now is really good, actually.
Yeah, so he probably will get around Noyens, but I don't see him catching up to Onyx. It's just a small lock up there in the final corner. He's been locking up a lot.
He might be running quite a high brake pressure. Will help him stop quite easily, but you do lock up a lot quicker than
now Marcus is going faster. That's Noyens off there. Just got caught up on the curbs there, but now Noyens blocks the inside. Marcos looking around the outside now. Be careful, Noyens on the inside of this next turn. Will he let him have it? Not quite. Noyens wants the inside. Marcos has got to get around Noyens as quickly as possible if he has any chance. But this is just holding them both up now.
This must be really frustrating for Mark because he has got the pace and he is just simply faster, but you know, if you can't get around, then the extra pace doesn't really help.
Yeah, they both lost around 2 seconds in that exchange there. Ooh, is Marcos gets caught up on the curb. Got caught up on the curb there, actually. Just barely saved his car. So now he's got to chase down Noyens looking again.
That must be now extra frustrating because he just caught up and was looking for the overtake, and a small mistake cost him quite a lot of time.
If it is in the pit, so will Toby overtake him for 7th? Toby's just going through the second chicane now. Toby, I mean, he did it looking like just a gas and go stop. Maybe even a longer stop actually. Now he finally goes. So being incredibly close. Toby will overtake him just before pit entrance, so he'll be up to 7th place.
As we come back to probably the most important fight now. As Mark gets wrong, gets in the grass. Yeah. But again, there might be a bit of a pressure problem on him now because he gets close and then he just messes up a little bit. So he seems to be fine when he's got the pressure on him from behind, but when he has to give the pressure, then it's not so easy for him, I think.
I think he's realized his mistake here, considering he's still stuck behind Noyens.
He has actually lost a lot of time.
This has developed into more of an F1 race than anything. Drivers getting stuck behind other drivers. I didn't know these things were secretly F1 cars. That would explain Hondax's pace.
Mark doesn't really get that corner as well as he'd like it. still faster than Annoyance.
Well, Peterbips still trying to catch up to Toby. He only came out around a second or so between each other. I don't think he took tires. I think he just took an abundance of fuel. So he'll be looking to get back into 7th place sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't really have much of a chance of getting to Mike, but if Mike makes a mistake, then there's a chance.
Speaking of which, 10 minutes to go. Marco's falling back from Annoyance. You can pretty much rule out that it's impossible for him to catch Onyx, but he can still attempt to overtake Annoyance. He can get close once again, but I guess that just is the problem, getting the overtake done. We haven't really seen anyone make a truly aggressive overtake except for Daisy. So,
yeah.
They just don't think it's really worth it as Marcos once again gets the chicane wrong. We don't really know. Marcos is driving, so the drivers just think it's not worth it to make an aggressive move here.
I mean, it's not like something like the runoff in the circuit isn't really a very good runoff, but if you make a mistake, it will cost you a lot of time. So an aggressive overtake isn't really something that you want, because if you push your opponent wide, then that could end up with you with a penalty. That's probably worse than not getting the overtake done.
He'll have enough fuel actually, he's just pretty much gonna run the thing dry. Annoyance on the other hand, I believe has a little bit more fuel. Yeah, he does. Annoyance does have the heavier car.
But I was just actually working out, Mark can do 10 laps, which will give him more than enough time. How are the other people on fuel?
Yeah, well, Jukebox might be looking a little bit close. But I think
He can do 7 laps roughly. So he should be able to make it because, yeah, the laps are slower than a minute.
It was actually closing up on Toby, but I think the mistake is setting back just a bit. But yeah, everyone can. Everyone can definitely make it, except well, Jukebox might just be kind of close.
I think he'll make it, but run as much fuel at the end. So anybody who guessed anything less than 35 laps, you're wrong.
Yes, I am aware of that. But will it be more than 40? That is the question. No one said 39.
Flip said 39.
No one said 38. Well, it's probably gonna go more than 38. We'll just have to wait and see.
Well, I can work it out. It's what, like 6.5 times 60. That's 390 seconds divided by 92. That's, say, the average then. That's 4 more laps that they can do. So it'll be 39 roughly.
I'll hold you to that math.
So Flip might be the lap mastermind, I guess you could say.
Regardless, Marcos has caught up once again, although goes really slow actually. Again, it's a bit of a pattern
he was
now.
within 8, yeah.
It's starting to become a little bit of a joke that he catches up but then falls back again.
Yeah, you can defend really well, but attacking isn't really his forte, it seems.
With 5 minutes to go, Hondex has extended the gap a little bit to around 13 seconds, which is pretty big, but not as big as what it could have been. receive that early penalty. Who knows what would have happened if he hadn't made that jump start.
So he definitely had a lot more determination to have that extra speed.
So, I mean, we can at least commend him for going back to last and then making his way up to the win. You don't really see that too often. Well, I say that, but it actually happens a lot more often than you think. Pretty sure
especially in
I'm pretty sure that's what Cashman did at Hockenheim this last weekend. So yeah, this pretty much just proves Marcos locks up one really terrible lockup there. Actually, I wonder if there's just something wrong with the turning radius through that corner, because he's just looking out.
He might be running low downforce then.
Well, why is the problem only showing itself now? Because he hasn't had this issue all race.
I mean, he's been locking up at that last corner and at that second to last hairpin pretty much the entire race. So it's definitely getting worse now.
Yeah, I wonder if Marcos is just losing the turning on that car from all his lockups, because now he's falling back from annoyance once again.
So those lockups, every time you lock up, it does make itself worse. I'm actually thinking it'll be 40 laps. And where is Honda's? Yeah, it's going to be 40 laps. Or is it? This is actually going to be really close.
This is what it's come to, guessing what lap it will be.
No, it's going to be 39.
Yes, it's going to be 39. I think. Should be.
Well, as long as nobody wastes the next minute and a half, then should be 39 laps.
In other news, can Jukebox make it, I wonder? He probably should have around 5 or so liters at this point. Or less than that, he's got 4.
It's he can make 3 laps.
Yeah.
So he should go.
Yeah, because he's only got to go 2 more, assuming on next hits the timer this lap. No, he's going to hit the next lap. That puts him in a really difficult spot. Jukebox might be 1 lap short.
Well, he's got 3.3 laps of fuel, so if there's 3 laps, he should still make it.
Well, no, because Hondax is gonna be close.
So if it's less than 1 minute 30, then he'll hit it the next lap.
Oh yeah, time's definitely gonna run out. Yeah, so it's gonna be 39. So Jukebox might have dodged a bullet there.
Well, isn't it going to be 40 then? Because
no, because he's going to hit
is
the
lap
timer
39.
now. Yeah, he's going to hit the timer now.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, Marcos is caught up to Noyens again. He's back. Back again. Can you try to overtake him again?
Guess who's back.
He's got 1 last shot. This is the final lap of the race, and we have a battle for second place. Marcos could be the great spoiler here if he can make this work. Won't be where he likely should have finished, but it'll be better than, I guess, 3rd.
Yeah. Every position gets points. Well, not every gets points, but every position higher you are gets more points. So.
It's right there, just on the back of Noyens. Noyens very defensive uphill. Marcos maybe thought about a switch back, but he goes quite wide there. He's on the dirt. That might have been all she wrote there from an intent. Although he's got nothing to lose here as he gets really close to Noyens. He's gonna think about about maybe going side by side into the chicane. It'll be the move of the race if he can actually make this stick. Noyens defensive there into the chicane. Marcos tries to cut back again. Noyens defensive, so Marcos has to make the move into the second to last chicane, or hairpin, excuse me, and he does make the move. Major lock up there. Tries not to hit Noyens, but he actually does keep it. There's contact between them. Both of them cut through the grass, and Marcos, I guess...
He did let him by again, though.
Yeah, Marcos with the guilty conscience lets him by. And meanwhile...
Yeah, that was definitely his fault, yeah.
Oh, although Noyens has a penalty now. Sorry, Hondax has won the race, but Noyens has a penalty. Oh, but Marcos has a bigger penalty. Okay.
Yeah.
So it is Noyens from Marcos second and third. Kevsinel will come by to finish fourth place. Manic just behind him will finish fifth, and then you kind of have a gap to everyone else. Yeah, there's Mike there who will finish sixth. Toby will finish seventh. Petabib eighth. Jukebox looks like he'll just come by for eighth. Joe 10th. Actually, I think Joe got her. Yeah, Joe. But Joe just passed Adam Crowther there. That's what I was trying to say. So he will secure 10th. And Adam will finish 11th.
But they did definitely sort of see what I was saying with the runoffs. You don't really, if you make a mistake and you knock somebody else off, then it's going to cost them a lot of time. So, but he did give the position back neatly, so I don't think there will be much of a penalty.
So yes, once again, congratulations to Hondax, and I am a man of my words. So Flip gets the shout out here for guessing the correct amount of laps, even though I only specified one number, but he chose two, so I let him get it. So it is Hondax, Noyens, and Marcos for there. Of course, we'll have to see what the stewards decide on any sort of track limits or any sort of that. But Hondax was the overall quickest man on track today. Kevsinel, fourth place. Manic, fourth. Mike. Oh my god, I did it again. Kevsinel, fourth. Manic, fifth. Mike, sixth. Toby, seventh. Petabib, eighth. Jukebox Hero, ninth. And Joe Black 10th to round out your top 10. 11th is Adam Crowther, 12th Drubit Todero, and 13th Razy Real with DNFs respectively. So then, that was a really good race.
Yeah, it was very good, and that last ditch effort from Marcus definitely was interesting, but it's definitely good to see that he was actually willing to at least give it a go.
Yeah, even if there was a contact there, he definitely didn't have to give the place back. Although I guess out of conscience he decided to anyways. Well, actually, he probably.
Well, I mean, he was at fault, yeah.
I mean, he did have a penalty, so probably
it wouldn't have mattered either way.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have been able to finish ahead because he had 3 seconds compared to Noyens 1. So, other than that, without further ado, it's been a pleasure bringing you Gavra Racing's Radical Series from Donington Park. I have been Cypher Knight 77.
And I've been Dutch Musa.
And we hope to see you again next time for more Gavra Racing action. Good night, good afternoon to anyone who lives in America, I guess. And have a good day.